Evening all, and welcome back to episode 7 of Kerbal space program Kerbalism. Now in the last episode, LSCR successfully flew past the moon and returned with lots of wonderful science, and we ended by taking a new contract to put a Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. Now, let's start with that. I am going to upgrade the tracking station. It's 150,000, we've only got 400,000, but that will be extremely useful for making sure we don't have some close encounters with the moon like last time. Now, to build a craft to survive 30 days in orbit. Well, here's one I made earlier. The completely over-engineered, completely massive Orbiter 2. I am so original with my names. Yes, this craft comes with all the mod cons of a Mark 1 lander, and that's it. It's designed to go up, float around for a while, and come back down again. Inside the service bay here, we have an oxygen tank, a food container, some batteries. We have solar panels on the side, and on the bottom stage here, this stage will stay attached to it for the 30 days. And we have MechJeb on the side to pilot it for us, because we are not taking our pilot. No, LSCR, today you can stay at home. It's Bill's turn. We're going to give him some experience, show him what space is really like. So, let's see whether we can end up in space without exploding and dying a fiery death. And we're going to sit quite nicely on the deck there. Kerbal flight engineers come up. Let's use that rather than MechJeb. Although we do need MechJeb because we need his smart ASS. Obviously, Bill, not being a pilot, doesn't have any SAS, so I can't enable that. So this is going to have to be the one. And up. That's where we want to be pointing to stop. So, engines are full, everyone is ready. Let's go. Slow and steady start. This ship weighs an awful lot. It is I don't know how much it weighs. I don't even know whether I'm looking at the correct window there. But thrust here and suicide burn. Don't want to be doing that. I'm not sure how much the vessel weighs. I didn't pay attention in the VAB, unfortunately. Our first stage is burnt out and we are still accelerating. That's good news. That's very good news. Now, we do, I think we want to roll over. That's too hard, too fast. We're probably going to flip over because of that. Not sure how well MechJeb deals. Oh. Actually, that's the most inefficient manoeuvre I could have possibly done. But we haven't flipped out, and we're still getting altitude. And for some reason MechJeb is red, indicating that it's not actually enabled. Well, it's clearly working. Anyway, let's get into orbit. And there we are in an extremely eccentric orbit. Our periaps is too low, however that's fine. There is a reason, a method behind my madness for firing this high. We have another contract. A contract that wants us to use the Rockermax band decoupler between 590,000 and 600,000 meters. Our apparatus is high enough to pass that. And our Rockermax decoupler is right there. So, all we have to do is fly around until we're at the correct height. Away with warping we go. $400, $500, slow the warping down. Slow the warping right down. It doesn't detect we have a stable orbit. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. What if I was to point prograde and enable crossfeed? Will that allow me to shut down that engine because we don't want that firing? And actually set my stages up correctly because I clearly got that wrong. So let's fire the engine a bit and see if we can get actually into orbit to satisfy the contract. 80, there we are, 80, that should do. And yes, it says we're in orbit. We're of course going to go up and come back down again. And I still can't actually create maneuver nodes. I did think upgrading the tracking station once did that. Obviously not. Clearly it just shows me the blue. So assumedly if we go to the moon it would show us our orbit around the moon rather than just crashing into it. So let's go up and over. Let's turn Mech back off. Now we will have to drop our orbit a bit. I don't want to be constantly going backwards and forwards through the radiation belt, because that wouldn't be very good for Bill's health. Here we are, coming back down into the correct height. And it should be a simple matter of pushing the spacebar and completing the mission. How very, very simple. Now, I'm not too sure what the height setting is for 100 times speed. 120,000. So we shall lower our orbit down to about 150,000. That allows me to accelerate time. And let's fire the engine. Bring our apparatus down. Oh, that's a very efficient engine. A very efficient engine indeed. I'll have to remember the poodle. That's a very useful indeed. So there we are, 199. Now we want to point prograde, or in fact we want to just turn this off because it's not needed for the minute. I do want to manoeuvre the craft a little bit to get some power on the solar panels. Don't want to run out of electric. Not at this stage. That would be bad for Bill's sanity, Bill's health, Bill's everything really. Round we go, round we go. You've all seen this a million times, no doubt. Sorry to bore you somewhat, but obviously I won't have you sit through the entire 30 days going round and round in circles. That would be very dull. Let's just get ourselves set up. Heat our apparatus up, circularise ourselves. Get a bit closer to that apparatus. No real reason. I could have circularised back there, but trying to be a little bit of a perfectionist. And there we are, 200,000 kilometre orbit. All good to go. So, I shall monitor the food and oxygen levels, and hopefully I'll see you back here in 30 days. So, here we are, 23 days in, and I've just received a message that Bill is starting to lose his mind. I could understand that. You've been going round and round and round and round for 23 days. Well, Bill, you've only got a week left. I'm sure you can do it. I have faith in you. So, back to Time Warp we go. And here we are, almost 30 days later. Bill is about to complete his epic voyage. The food supplies are extremely low. We're down to 2.5 points here. And there we are, 30 days. Well done, Bill Kerman. You have stayed in orbit for a long time. Our orbital period was about 47 minutes, and at 6-hour days, that would have been 200, 250 orbits, something like that. He's gone round Kerman a lot. A very lot. Round and round and probably round the twist. But he's here. I did increase the height. I went up to 300,000 kilometers, so I could do 1,000 times time warp, because at 100, that was very, very long. Now, all we have to do is bring our fearless Bill Kerman home without any death, and before his snacks run out and he starts eating the equipment. It's very round. Couldn't have said it better myself. So, retrograde. Fire the engine. Bring us down to about there. I think we could attempt to land somewhere near the crater. That would be interesting. We've got lots of fuel left on this craft. Lots and lots of fuel. Yes, lots of it. Maybe I could do a controlled landing? Possibly. Let's see. If we point normal plus, does that bring our orbit up? I think. Does that? Actually sure what that does. That. This orbit. So we'd want to go sort of normal down. I really wish I could put maneuver nodes, then I wouldn't have to second guess what's going on here. Because, in case you hadn't realised, I don't really know what I'm doing properly. I like making this up as I go. Always fun. I've done that a lot more efficiently. And there we are. Let's try that. Increase the time, increase the warp. All the way around we go. Into Kerbin's atmosphere we are. And of course, the planet goes round. That was rather foolish. yes, let's see here. Oh no, that's the wrong thing to do. Retrograde. Let's just point retrograde and let's. Not really sure how I want to do this now. Think I want to bring it down again, obviously. Ah, the other way. Much left, you're right, left. That's what you need to do. There we are. Bring that down again. La la la. And retrograde. Point at the thing, and I want our parry up to be about there. Don't know whether that's right or not. I'm making that up completely. There we go. Let's try that. Let's try that. To descend into the depths of the atmosphere. And all of a sudden realise something somewhat concerning. I have not put a heat shield on this. That will decouple and there will just be the service bay there. Oh dearie dear. So I'm going to completely abort that plan, and I'm going to just come in like this, and if things start getting too hot, we'll fire the engine again to slow our descent even more. Although I could do that at any point now really, which I think I will do. Yes, let's fire the engine. Post down. That's it. Engine gone, or fuel gone, I should say. And we're going to land in the hills. I do hope we land and don't crash spectacularly. The engine's getting hot. We are just coming in far too fast. This could be a problem. Let's ditch that. And optimistically put down our landing legs. And off the SAS. We're again getting that strange side drag. It's almost like there's a crosswind, but yes, but it's affecting the... I'm going to have to do some research into that to try and figure something out, because I don't quite know why we're being pulled to one side rather than the other. The good news is, however, we are safe to deploy our parachutes, low down enough, and are going to make a lovely splashy splash landing there. Could have aimed for the island, possibly if I'd have fired the engines higher, not sure. Kind of panicked. Always remember to pack a heat shield. Always remember that. It can be extremely bad for your Kerbal's health if you don't. And down we come. Wibbly wobbly. Lots of wibbly wobbly. And oh, a crew report for flying above Kerman's water. There we are. Gotta get that science. And our food has completely run out. You are starving, Bill. I am so sorry. So sorry. It would seem 100 food is good for 10 days. We had 300 food, we lost 30 days. So yes, that's a nice round figure. I like that. The oxygen was a bit of overkill. It is in fact going up. How very interesting. The oxygen tank appears to refill whilst it's in an atmosphere. I like that feature. That makes trips to lathe and back interesting. You could only have to store half the amount of oxygen. Well, impressed with that. And here we are. Splashdown. Extremely gently. Almost perfect. So, let's just recover. Now, hindsight is a wonderful thing because it's just dawned on me that I could have left Bill up there for 30 days. He could have been going round and round and round whilst I was doing other things. I didn't have to wait for that. You can launch multiple missions at once. Well, that was a mistake. And we're back up to 391,000, so upgrading the tracking station was pretty much paid for on its own, and Bill has increased to level 1. I'm not sure what abilities that gives him, but he's got them. Yes, he has. 123 science as well. Aha. What can we unlock with that? So, we have 90 science. Each one of these, costs 90 science. So we can choose one of them. I'm going to go for docking ports. Clampetron Docking Junior, because that will be extremely useful for going to the moon. We can have, just like the Apollo missions did, and a craft that stays in orbit to the moon, a small craft that goes down for the science, comes up, attaches to the orbiter. That way it's much more efficient on weight, so you don't have to carry as much fuel with you down to the moon and back again. So yes, we're going to go for that. We've required more efficient CO2 scrubbers. Our research efforts are paying off. Oh, that wasn't in there. It would appear Kerbalism adds hidden unlocks. How interesting. How very, very interesting indeed. Well, I suppose that's where we shall leave it for today. I am very sorry not a great deal has been happening. It's very slow going to start with. I'm not very good at this game. I'm playing it for fun, and I hope you're having fun watching it. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I do hope to see you next time. Till then, as always, have fun.